Richard takes a beat to settle heart rate, straightens his back, then goes to grab the bottle from John.
No, man. I'm good. Stay. Stay. I thought it was the ops. I'll start with this.
Goes to kitchen to grab glasses. John is deciding whether he wants to hang out with Richard while he's so loaded on coke, other stuff he doesn't know about, or other stuff he doesn't know about. He just stands there. Then his eyes go to the cocaine. He decides to stay and numb himself. He hasn't had the easiest existence, and his reality is starting to settle in after driving Uber for 6 months.
Let's start on this then.
Hey, chill out with that.
And you know I'm good for it.
Richard looks at John's face. He sees someone seeking escape like a thirsty horse.
Alright. Sure. Only because you're
Thanks.
John does a line. So how's the drive? Oh,
So how's the driving going? You getting late?
No, man. It's not like that.
hands drink to John.
But you're a wounded soldier who needs a caring nurse.
Stop that, dude.
I'm the one who started. I'm the one who told you to start wearing that jacket. You started getting more tips.
Correct.
I know it's shallow. You'll be alright.
There's a knock on the door. Richard's friend with benefits. Shot of the beautiful young woman arrives. We find out her name later is Leanne from toe to head. So you would enter. In ponytail, she is wearing loose-fitting shorts like Daisy Dukes, a tank top with no bra, showing nipples, and Doc Martens. She does not wear much makeup other than eyeliner. She paints her nails. She carries her big purse with all her things. Richard greets her at the door with a kiss and holding both her hands. She gives off a celebrity Marilyn Monroe stardom energy with intelligence.
Leanne, I want you to meet John. He's a war hero.
Do I do the voiceover too?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
It bothers me when I'm called a war hero. Heroes are supposed to find their way home. I don't know where home is.
John is staring at Leanne, intrigued, frightened, and sickened by the openly crass sexual young woman with Richard.
Hello?
We'll be right back. Have some more drink.
Richard guides Leanne with his hand sliding down her lower back, down to her ass. John?
You got a rocket?
John is watching them go to the room and door shut. Shot of the door closing with lamp in background, representing the separation between him and the intimacy. He thinks to himself, why do the assholes get the beautiful young chicks? John takes a big swig. John is doing a line of cocaine on the table. Leanne returns from the bedroom skipping with a bag of cocaine and sits next to John. She has her hair in a ponytail. You can see her pale face that is recently washed and that shows signs of poor sleep. Leanne starts doing cocaine with a spoon. Increasing Leanne figure.
So you're a veteran? I feel like illicit people.
She saw through me like cellophane.
John is stunned, shocked by one. No one has ever talked to him this way in 9 months. He's back from serving. He looks at her, shocked, and stares mouth agape.
I'm sorry, but seriously, you participated in the bombing of innocent people. Genocide. More than 70,000 innocent civilians have been killed since 2021. You seem like a nice guy. How can you be a part of that? Are you just one of Uncle Sam's little puppets?
Richard begins to walk in from the bedroom, listening to the contention.
You would have to lobotomize me.
You agreeing with this shit?
It wasn't a war worth fighting. We caused more damage than good. We lost. Now they have to deal with the Taliban. All those years devoted. All those years devoted that amounted to nothing. I have no feeling.
Leanne is momentarily taken aback, but pleased with his vulnerability and honesty. She hasn't had the chance to get through to anyone like that before. Touches John's arm.
Be grateful you're alive and innocent. And home. Unlike those innocent kids. May I have one of your reds? I don't like Richie's parliaments.
Picks up back and inches out one to grab. She grabs a light cigarette, takes a puff, and sets it in the ashtray.
Don't you have some club to go to, Leanne?
My ride is 15 minutes away. I have time for this cigarette.
Richard goes to pour himself a drink in the kitchen, frustrated by his inability to control the situation. Leanne and John hitting it off.
So what do you do besides this? Are you in college?
Dropped out.
But you're so young. Beautiful. This is nothing for a person to do.
But you're doing it.
Leanne exhales smoke. John whispers and ducks his head, looking at Richard in the kitchen, doing lines and drinking and hitting nitrous.
No, not like you. You should be dating someone your own age. Meeting your life partner.
Leanne isn't offended. She entertains John's concern and stays discreet, especially for agreeing to her earlier. She side eyes in Richard's direction to the sound of nitrous filling a balloon, shrouding the conversation.
I like Richie. He protects me. All the guys my age are gay, anyways.
Richard panting with the balloon in hand.
It's in the water.
No, you should be protected from guys like him.
Leanne undoes her hair from the ponytail, her last defense from hiding her age. She looks 17.
Alright. Get out of here. John and I have work to do.
You two don't want to come with me and the girls to the troubadour?
John is seen excited by the proposal. He really hit it off with Leanne, and the possibility of meeting more women is what he likes. Richard's phone buzzes, ringing. Answers.
I'll call you right back.
Goes back to Leanne. Conversation.
I'm busy. Oh.
You're referencing Leanne now.
I'm busy.
Leanne is looking at Richard all frowny and pouty like a spoiled teenage girl extracting money from her father. Richard hands Leanne more cocaine.
Come back later. Sleep over.
Okay, see you later. Ta-ta, John.
Bye.
Alright, let's stop right there. That was excellent.